Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 6 rounds in the super lightweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren for Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Redox Season, That Prize Guy, Global Next Trade, 32 Red, and Puny Bet. When the bell rings, our referee in charge, and scoring this contest will be Kevin McIntyre. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing white with red and weighing officially at 141.1 pounds. Coming to us from Silesia, Poland, he is a veteran of 44 professional bouts. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jacob Laskowski. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, he comes to the ring wearing gray trunks and weighed in officially at 141.3 pounds. Hailing from Foldhouse, Scotland, he had a stellar amateur career, and now as a professional is undefeated with one victory. That one victory comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Reese Lynch.
Hey lads, what a good clean contest. Obey my commands all the time, defend yourselves all the time. Touch gloves, let's go to town.
Well, here we go, fight number 2 for the Commonwealth gold medalist from Scotland, Reese Lynch, who boxes out of that southpaw stance with those grey and purple shorts, against Poland's Jacob Laskowski. Lynch looking nice and relaxed as he just kind of tries to hold the centre of that ring, circling around. And last time out in his debut, a beautiful body shot, dropped his opponent, and it was the dream start to his pro career. And he's going to be a good one to watch, Josh.
Yeah, definitely. I've done a bit around sparring with him before my last fight and stuff, as he was turning pro, just to help him show the ropes of what's the differences between the pro and the amateurs. Just little nuances like working inside like that there, the little bits of the dirty little moves that you can use, can get away with in the pro game that you can't in the amateur game. The amateur game is like very clean cut boxing. There's no contact allowed really in the amateur game, but in pros you can get away with using, like, say, your shoulder and stepping on feet and to move and get out of the way and stuff, and little tricks to pin your opponent against the ropes with using your weight and stuff like that. So yeah, but he's learning quick, he's developing nice, and I think he's going to go far in the game.
Yeah, I caught up with him on the lead up to his debut actually, and he said about the rounds that he'd done with you and how much he'd learned. It'd be good to see how he puts some of that stuff into practice. But he looks confident, Zach, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can see he's very well schooled, you know, he's calm and composed. His quality, you know, the shots are sharp, the footwork's good, his range. You can see he's a very well schooled fighter, and you've got to be to do what he's done at the Commonwealth Games, you know, he's got a gold medal, and no, we don't get them by a given, you know, you've got to go there and you've got to earn that.
Good body shots there.
Really good work to the body there from Reese Lynch, who's just starting to up the tempo and put his foot on the gas a bit here. And he smells blood and he could get his man out of it. But Jacob Laskowski just trying to kind of get in and neutralise that attack from Lynch.
Yeah, he's just trying to smother the work of Lynch there, but he's got good feet and a boxing brain, you know, he's got himself room. But Laskowski's he's a very tough man. I've seen him on the circuit a couple of times now and he don't get stopped much.
Oh, he's gone the distance with the likes of Thomas Very, Stephen Cairns, Huey Malone and plenty of others. He knows how to get the rounds in and how to get himself through each round.
And it's opponents like this at this stage of your career that you want. Someone that's going to not lay over and it's going to come and give their good shot, test you a little bit here and there, and make you think of what you're doing and throw good shots back as well. So yeah, it's definitely a good test for him. Little things like that there, he jumped in and the opponent threw the big right hand over the top.
Good round there for Reese Lynch. He's trained by his brother Peter, who also looks after the likes of Marcus Sutherland and Big Davey Jameson, who was on the undercard of your last fight, Josh. So he's in a good gym. He's got a good relationship with his coach, obviously with it being his brother. And it's going to be interesting just to see how that journey goes. He actually tried his hand in football, but he said he was awful. So boxing was the sport for him. You can't beat a bit of honesty, Zach. I know you're an honest man.
No, you can't beat a bit of honesty there, but I think football might have been the easier option, but if you're no good at it, then you just stick to the boxing, don't you, and you'll see how you go in there. But no, that was a cracking opening round there, and like you say, he's in a gym, the gym's booming, you know, there's a couple of lads on the card tonight, and yeah, he's going to want to impress, not for himself, but for a bit of banter in the gym with the lads. You can't beat it, you know, me and the finest boys, we're always at it ourselves, but no, good first round for Reese there.
There's a bit of a football theme tonight. Glackin, who fights later on the main card, he was a promising left back, and I'm sure there's another footballer on this card. Didn't you do a bit of football, Zach?
No, I was more of a cross-country man and athletics man myself.
Of course you were.
That's it.
Of course you were. Laskowski throws that right hand over the top, but just misses Lynch. Nice work with the feet there from Lynch, and then just follows it up with a body shot.
Yeah, he's not just letting him miss and not reacting to it. He's getting something off that, which is good.
Yeah, he seems to have settled down, especially since the last time, as I spoke about, we were doing a little bit of sparring together. He's kind of let go of that amateur style now. We're moving around the ring and every shot's quick and fast. He looks like he's settled down a little bit. Notice he's holding his feet. He's varying up his power of the shots and stuff as well. So yeah, he's developed a lot since the last time I saw him, which is good. Good signs.
Good hand speed as well, Lynch. Puts the shots together nicely. And cutting that ring off well as well.
Yeah, he is, and like we said before with the Puerto Rican lad, you can see the amateur pedigree. He's aware of what's coming back.
Nice shot there off that slip as well.
He's really working that body, is Lynch. You think he's trying to slow his man down? Get him to hold his feet?
I think he's just throwing shots where he sees the little openings, you know, because he's quite awkward. This opponent he's quite awkward to try and land good clean shots on. He looks like he's quite got wide open, but he's kind of covering all bases with his guard, so it's quite an awkward stance. But they're saying that he's just landed a straight left hand. Nice.
Yeah, I think Reese is just reacting to what's there, which is good. It's showing that he's switched on, I suppose. Yeah, he's awkward, this opponent. He's sort of like switching between southpaw and orthodox, but like, I don't know, he's sort of like disguising it in a way. You don't really know he's done it.
Laskowski, he kind of soaks up the shots, makes it difficult, switches the stance like you have observed.
Yeah.
And then he comes with his own little mini attack and then goes back to doing that again, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's an awkward fella, and I suppose you've just got to react to what he's doing at that time, yeah. He don't mind winging a couple over the top either, so Reese has got to stay switched on.
He's got to stay switched on here.
Well, another Scottish boxer in the ring tonight, and there's obviously plenty more to come. Josh, obviously a question for you, but it's in a great place, isn't it? Boxing in Scotland, really good place.
Yeah, boxing's in a great space recently. You know, there's a lot of talent coming through, and having been up here this weekend is great that for once the Scottish lads are getting first dibs on the show, you know, because we don't get off an awful lot up here. You know, every other show is down in England or in Wales, and it's 9 times out of 10 it's down there. You know, we only get the shows up here when there's someone like Mathias or myself or someone that's fighting for titles, that the shows come up here. So that's when the lads up here and girls come up here, and that's when they can get the chance to showcase their skills, which is great. So it's great that Nathaniel's doing that now and leading the way for the Scottish talent to come through, so it gives them the chance to showcase on stages like this.
Absolutely. I know Frank Boren and the whole Queensberry team are keen to keep boxing or putting on events in Scotland. The fighters are definitely there. The crowds are there. It's always a great atmosphere. So long may it continue.
Oh, good shot.
There's a nice shot to the body there, and you just heard a grunt from Laskovsky.
Yeah.
That one hurt him
Yeah,
a touch.
He squared up from orthodox to southpaw, and he got him on the in-between, which was a lovely shot.
Which goes back to what you guys are just saying, is he's throwing what he can see, isn't he? He's where those gaps are.
Yeah, he's aware, he's reacting in it to what he can get, and with an opponent like this, I think you've just got to take what you can when you can. He's awkward, he's tricky, so if the shot's there...
Yeah, he's a very awkward
take
opponent.
it.
He knows his way around the ring. He knows how to cover up and how to spoil and how to hold, like what he's doing here,
Yeah.
and make it awkward for Reese here to get his clean work off. But Reese is doing a good job here. He keeping calm and not getting annoyed and just working when he can get the chance to, when he gets a little bit of space. So yeah, he's doing a good job here.
He's keeping his distance as well, which is enabling him to get his shots off. And like you said before, Josh, you know, the tricks of the pro trade, using your forearm a little bit and bumping him off, he's keeping him off a little bit and been able to get a little bit of room for the shot, which is good.
How do you prepare for a fighter like Jacob Laskovsky? It's not easy, is it? Because the people you're in the boxing gym with, you know, are tidy boxers who've been taught in a particular way, aren't they? How do you prepare for a man like that, or can't you?
Well, I'm not sure how long he's known he's going to be boxing, this guy. So again, it's maybe down to Reese to then maybe go to other gyms, go down to south and just try and just box anyone that's around his weight, and you'll find different kinds of styles and ways of fighting coming at you. So it's down to kind of you just to walk and travel around the country and find different styles of sparring and just get any you can, really, anyone that's round about your size and weight roughly, and just spar with anyone, and you see all these different styles and you end up developing then.
Yeah, I heard you say something of a similar fashion to Nathaniel Collins about kind of getting out there and travelling and the good it does you.
Yeah, and the reason I'm saying that is just through my own experience. You know, I was in Scotland a lot of the time, but when I turned pro, I decided to get out of Scotland and move down to London and go to America and do this for sparring and go over different places to sparring. But in London alone, the numbers are so vast. The boxers are there, they come to the gym, and you're boxing and sparring with guys that you've never seen before, and you get that because the numbers are so many. You see many different types of styles of boxing, so it helps you develop your array of ranges and styles that you see.
Yeah, it's good advice. Very good advice. I'm going to make you coach Zach. What are you saying to Reese Lynch in that corner?
I'd just like to see more of the same. You know, he's boxing well. He's reacting to what he's seen, as we said. But yeah, the opponent here, he's awkward. You know, he's not showing too many openings. But the body shots seem to be the telling shot in the fight. You know, he's finding the gaps and he's landing them clean. And yeah, just say throw a couple more body shots, get them going down, work a little bit more off the jab maybe as well. See what you get off that.
Laskovsky's very good at kind of just tying you up and stopping you from working.
Yeah.
How do you stop him from doing that?
It's quite hard to sort of say, because it's just not rush his work. He seems to be rushing a little bit when he gets in close. He's quick to get these little shots off. Maybe just slow it down a little bit more, and put more meaty punches in and see the shots over the top, feint it one way and go the other way, but slow it down a little bit and vary the power up.
Well, let's see if he can put some of that into action. Nice little movements on that back foot from Lynch as he just keeps busy with that right hand of his. And he caught him with a lead hook as Laskovsky made his way in.
Yeah, just the half a step back caught him off there and enabled him to get that shot off. Yeah, the little steps back are good to keeping that range.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good with that front foot.
Yeah, it's
step
good.
in, keeping that little step in. That's good work.
Laskowski trying to get his left foot on the outside of that southpaw stance, but
Yeah.
Lynch is having none of it.
Lynch has got very good footwork, you know, he's a good judgment of range as well.
He's got good hand defences here as well, Reese Lynch. You know, he's keeping his hands tight, but he's also tucking his elbows in and moving his elbows down to block the body shots, and doing little sort of smothering movements as well, so that his opponent can't get his punches off when they're close. So yeah, I've seen improvements here from the last time I seen Reese Lynch, which is good. He's developing into a little professional now. You know, he's settled down from that amateur moving around all the time. He's settled down. He's holding his feet. He's a little bit more solid in his stance and stuff. So yeah, I've seen big improvements for the last time I saw him.
You can see Lynch just trying to get Laskowski off there. That's a bit of a trick in his own, isn't
Pulling
it?
down, using the shoulder to try and shove him off, which is good, yeah.
Was that one you taught him?
I don't know. I'm not taking any credit for it. That's for sure.
I would. I'd have it all.
He's working well and he's developed well. So that's full credit to him and his team. No, good little shot there off the slip.
Yeah, Laskowski's trying to make it a little bit scruffy now, you know, he's leaning in. Trying to get a grab here and there, working a shot.
What I like about the way that Lynch does some of those things, just the way that kind of he changed the angle then before he threw the body shot. He makes it look easy, and it's not easy, is it?
Nice. No, it's not. It's hard, especially, you know, when you're under pressure under the big bright lights. But no, he's moved. Lovely shot there. He's moving off to the angle. If he can get that shot off, that'd be great. He's enjoying himself.
He is. Absolutely enjoying himself.
Turn the head then away from the shot. It's good work.
Well, another good round, but a very good main event later on when this man's in action.
I was like, what's going to happen to my boxing? Like, what's going to happen? He's like, I don't care about your boxing. You shouldn't care about your boxing either. Then now, like, your bowel's going to explode.
You cannot convince somebody their life's worth living if they don't believe it.
It was just a lot of emotion for me because from possibly never boxing that style of winning, it's just undeniable. Like, I've got this thing where I won't be denied, so it's like...
You did call out Nick Ball after that last fight.
I just think I would be able to outbox him and also keep the pace. Behind the grind. Start grind.
Well, Nathaniel Collins is the headliner tonight. What a moment for him. A former opponent of yours, Zach, and you've been doing a bit of sparring with him as well.
Yeah, we have with him. After we've boxed, we've sparred on numerous occasions. You know, we come down for the Lee McGregor fight, done a bit of sparring for that, done a bit of sparring in the past couple of weeks in preparation for this one. And yeah, he's looking sharp, he's looking well in the gym. He looked excellent on the scales, and I think he'll go in there and do a good job tonight.
And let's hope he does. Jacob Laskowski just came out and had that quick realisation, which he didn't have his mouth guard in. And the action continues. Lynch making Laskowski miss just by the tiniest of margins, isn't he? Almost every time.
Yeah, it's very clever. It's showing that he's very switched on as well. Them little steps back with the footwork, it's good. He's making him able to throw because he thinks he's in range, but he's not. He's just took a little half a step out, which is good.
But I feel like the fight's switched a little bit. For me, Reese Lynch is, you know, comfortably winning this. But before, it was Lynch on the kind of front foot chasing Laskowski around the ring. But now I've seen a bit more. Look, Laskowski's on his way to him, isn't he? He's trying to kind of make those attacks.
Yeah, he's just settling in now. He's not looking to go. It looked like he was maybe going to try and push the stoppage the first couple of rounds.
Yeah.
So he's kind of settled down now. He's settled his feet, and now he's into his groove and boxing. He's doing his thing, boxing his game. He's not trying to rush and get that excitable first couple of round wins. That was good head movement there. He was holding his feet, moving and changing the shape and the angles. That was nice.
Yeah, he's come here, he's throwing back low, this Lasowski, you know, he's trying to push the fight himself, but Reese is just, he's comfortable, you know, he can see the shots coming, he knows what he wants to do, and you don't know what the corner's telling him. He'll be working on the stuff what they've worked on in the gym and putting it into practice on fight night, which is what you should be doing at this stage in your career.
We were speaking earlier on when the Puerto Rican fighter was in action, and I asked the question about kind of, you know, what do you learn against a Mexican fighter like Vera? And Josh, you said, you know, you won't learn bundles, but in this case, Reese Lynch should be learning loads from a fight like this because he's such a difficult customer, isn't he?
Absolutely, it's difficult, and he's changing his stance, and then he's throwing ones over the top when you don't expect it. He's looking at the floor and he's winging them over the top, and Reese is having to be switched on and be kept so he doesn't get caught with them shots over the top, because they're dangerous shots to get caught with. So although he's so much better than his opponent, but the opponent has been kind of crude and crude on the inside and just throwing ungamely shots. So he'll be learning a lot here. You know, he's already sort of started varying up the power and speed of his shots, which is good, so to save some of his energy and settle him down before he starts making more meaningful punches.
Well, another very good round for Reese Lynch, and high praise from Josh Taylor and Zach Miller. Zach, earlier on we were speaking about Reese Lynch being trained by his brother and having a great gym. I know you love the gym that you train in, and kind of, I guess the question is how important is that?
I think it's massively important, you know. As they say, an happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, that's what they say, and it is, you know, if you're happy in the gym, you're happy with your coach and the boys in the gym, and you're having a laugh, but you're getting the hard work done, and I think it makes it that little bit easy, you know. You're in camp, sometimes you're in camp together, but if you're not in camp, the lads are in the gym, they're still pushing you through it, and as you said with Reese, lads are on the show with him, they've gone through camp together, and they're here tonight to perform together, which is great. And like I say, I couldn't imagine being in a gym without the boys that I'm with now, you know, Jack Rafferty, Liam Taylor, Tom Rafferty. It's great, and the atmosphere helps you through the camps.
It's important stuff, and plenty more to come, as you would have just seen on your screens. I'm also really looking forward to seeing the Hutch train back in action. I saw him in the Fight Hotel earlier on, Woody Hutchinson. He is a character and a half, isn't he? What a great bloke.
Yeah, he's a great character. He's funny, man. He comes out with some crackers, comes out with some great lines. He's a funny guy, that's for sure.
No, he is, and that's a fantastic fight later on in the card, you know, with him and Mark Jeffers.
It is. It's kind of gone under the radar a little bit.
It has, massively, yeah.
Fair play to Jeffers as well, you know, coming up a weight division, didn't have a great performance the last time out, and that's a tough fight. I think that'll be a really solid one. But here we are in the sixth round of this one, the final round. Reese Lynch not necessarily put a foot wrong, and a tricky customer if you've just switched on, but he's done plenty well. He said he wanted to impress tonight. He said he wanted to make a statement. He certainly made a statement in his professional debut, and there won't be anyone who's shaking their head because he didn't get Jacob Laskovsky out of there if he doesn't, because he's done plenty right.
Yeah, he has. He's shown his skills, but he should just slow them shots down a little bit.
He's rushing his work there a little bit there. He had them pinned in the ropes, and he rushed his work and got a little bit too close. Like, he's got them big long levers. Maybe use a little bit of mid-range stuff and him whipping the body shots or whip the hooks round the side at the mid-range, where he will still have that leverage on his shots because he's so long as well. So yeah, he's just rushing a little bit there at times, but it has been a good performance for him, and he'll be happy with this performance for sure.
Yeah, definitely. He's not took much punishment either. He's got the 6th round under his belt, and he's done it at a good pace. You know, the opponent's pushed him back at times. He's tried different things, and lovely body shot underneath. He's boxed well tonight.
And Lynch has maintained a tempo for every single one of these rounds, and he's always worked. He's continued to work, even when Laskowski's just tried to wrap him up. He's just tried to get him off of there so he can get his hands going again, and that's important, not just for him, the scoring referee, but it'll make him an exciting fighter, because he certainly ain't going to be one of those ones who wants to just kind of settle through each round, is he? He's going to be one of those ones who wants to let his hands go and put on a show.
Yeah, well, he's trying it here tonight, which has been good.
Yeah, a couple of nice angles there. It looked good and he made it look easy.
Lazowski's done a great job here, just wrestling with him, isn't he?
Get it, he said.
And it's hard to look good against people like that, but they're just coming to try and kind of half survive and spoil and just get through the fight. You know, like they know he's not going to win it, but he doesn't want to get stopped. So he's looking just to survive and spoil and hold and sort of be awkward, and that's what he did. And it's hard to look good against someone that's just in there trying to do that. So he done a good job there, and he was very patient there too.
He did, and if that's the first time you've seen Jacob Laskowski, Zach said it on this ring walk, that you've seen him a few times in that away corner, and he's a seriously tricky and tough customer. So looking good against him, and there were plenty of moments where Reese Lynch looked good in that. He needs a lot of credit for it, a lot of credit for it. But Thomas Tribo is posed and ready with the scorecard in his hand. So we'll head over to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Kevin McIntyre, scores the contest 60-54 for your winner, Reese